Systems is on.
Video stream.
Oh, hey, they fixed the autoplay thing. Yeah, come on.
Cool.
Red butt.
There's a festival of red. But Red Brand insists on being detected, so she showed up from the unlock thing.
What do you think you're going to find down there, Mike?
You want to set him on the couch and see if he'll run around and frighten Remy? Because I bet you she'll be more scared of him than he is of her.
I think you're probably right.
Oof. Oh yeah, I should probably say in the chat that I'm on now, since I can't.
Okay.
Whoa!
Okay, thanks. Services are down, so I don't have ops, which means I can't set the channel topic. Bless you.
This is Lake of Emerson, Lake and Palmer.
Hey, buddy.
Our Rats, not the 70s prog rock band.
Excuse me. I left my
So
drink
I
over
believe
there.
we're definitely on live right now.
Okay, I was just waiting a moment for you to make that announcement. So
I already had.
yeah, I know, and for people to tune in.
Oh, that announcement. Okay. Future tubes get to enjoy me being dumb. Like when it says streams up. Huh, I got a whole bunch of stream quality options.
Huh.
Screen quality options.
Ah! Yours sounded less like a scream.
Yeah, I guess I was going for like a skeleton screech. Yeah, that's good.
Spooky, scary skeletons. Alright.
CLI info, available streams. 160p, 360p, 480p, 720p. And audio only.
Well, yeah, 720 is what I broadcast in. So you won't get any higher than that. Ow, my wrist. I didn't just hurt it, it just started hurting.
That probably means you've been hurting it all day.
Quite possibly, I have been piloting a spaceship.
Stop hurting yourself.
I'm going to take
Did
an
you remember to
ibuprofen.
do those anti-RSI stretches before we began piloting the spaceship?
Not before, but I frequently do those anyway.
Should probably do it immediately before and after. For optimal injury resistance.
It's...
You gotta remember to do them slow and long. So that the freaking myosin can stop being stupid.
And here's Palmer.
This is Palmer.
Otherwise, you'll have to start playing Star Citizen instead because you'll have
Rat butt, rat butt, rat butt, rat butt.
you'll have repetitive space injury.
Oof. Hey, dear Palmer.
You have to get a job
Palmer,
at
Palmer.
repetitive strain industries.
So, good evening, Internet. It is 8:07 p.m. on Thursday, October 12th.
Yep.
October 12th, 2017, and this is Thursday Thanatopsis. Wait. Did I put that in the stream correctly? Or did I call it Thursday Throne?
I think it's
I can...
You did Master earlier when I was looking at it. Yep, you did.
I did put it in right?
Yep, Thursday Thanatopsis, Sunless.
Okay, cool. Excuse me.
Yeah, Palmer there is looking like a small possum.
I still think they look kind of like wombats, but especially Lake, because Lake is wider through the head and.
Except unlike a possum, he's not a fan of delicious sticks.
Blech.
Well, that's what makes possums awesome, though.
Well, still, I don't.
Yeah, they get rid of the
They get rid of the gross
eight-legged
stuff.
accursed ones.
Yeesh. Ticks. Yuck.
They didn't even talk so long, mostly, huh? It makes clocks sound weird when there are too many possums around.
Yeah. All they do is just talk.
Mm-hmm.
They don't shut up either.
Anyway, I'm your host, Mark Amstrad, DJ Amstrack. That's Daniel. That's my mom,
May.
May, and that's Palmer.
Palmer.
Why is Penguin saying server temporarily offline due to migration?
That's probably what's happening to ThinStack, which is why all the services are down.
Yeah, the Discord bridge is working.
Yeah.
Shade before Christmas is things have been.
Yes, that's not the chat bridge is not one of the services.
I don't know these things. It's not my channel.
The services are like NickServe, ChanServe.
Oh, the channel bots.
Yes. The server bots.
Well, that's interesting.
Mm-hmm. So yes, tonight we are going to be beginning Sunless Sea, a survival game set in fallen London, a sort of Victorian Gothic horror setting.
What's that? Do you still have a road over there?
Nope,
Good, because it's insufficiently sunless in here.
it is. Thank you.
Should have turned this off earlier, but there's tomfoolery taking place. Now the sea's a bit more sunless.
I can't tell. Is anybody gonna be able to see in here?
Hold on.
Though it appears the moon's coming out.
Rat butt, rat butt.
See? I was right about the moon.
For the sake of completeness, this is Emerson.
Yep, that's Emerson.
Rolling down my shirt. Hey, nobody can see you down there. There we go. There we go. Stick over here, Emerson. Up close and personal.
But yeah, Fallen London setting created by Failbetter Games, who started... They introduced this setting in what's probably the best Facebook game ever. Like...
Which is a strange honor.
It is a strange honor, but it's definitely a distinction that a Facebook game can, in fact, be good. It's really well written, and while the gameplay-wise is gameplay-wise, it's a similar format to, like, Kingdom of Loathing, that sort of thing. But, yeah,
It's
really...
more about the flavor text.
Yeah, it is all about the flavor text.
I remember a certain Jerry Holkins gushing over it.
Mm-hmm. I think that's why I started playing it. Was because I read about it on Penny Arcade all those years ago. So anyway, yeah, survival game set down there, sailing along the subterranean sea that surrounds Fallen London.
Because you see is what happened. The ground opened up and swallowed London and a bunch of the water around it.
Yup.
So now there's an underground London with an underground sea. And not the London Underground, as you might think. More of a London Underground. No.
What?
You don't remember Sonic Underground?
I never actually saw it.
Lucky you! That so sucked.
Hold on a second. I need the light again.
I'm thinking my glasses over here, cheese. A third arm.
Okay, that should be good. Balance.
So, like, people in Tibet that become spiritually awakened but have poor eyesight, do they need, like, 3 lenses on their glasses? So they can focus their third eye?
Mom, could you grab me a drink?
Sure.
Yes, please.
I think there's a cream soda waiting to troll some unlucky soul.
Thank you.
Oh, that's true. And a couple of ginger eggs. There are 2 more rats upstairs, but they're snoozing right now.
I can see everything.
I can see clearly now. The schmutz is gone.
I can see all objects that are in the room without weird crowd in the way.
Thank you for that.
London Island.
Your engines run faster at full power and occasionally explode to sadly comic effect.
Eaters more.
Captain's making. 3 decades ago, in the reign of Victoria, London was stolen by bats. Now it lies a mile below the surface. It was dreadfully inconvenient for everyone, but it opened a vast black ocean to you. Welcome to the Untersee.
Oh, leather boots. It's probably not safe to undersea boot in the undersea.
There's actually DLC called Submariner.
Sounds dangerous considering what lurks out there.
Mm-hmm. But I do not have that DLC. Decide what you were and what you want to be. You now lodge in a room above the blind hell's room.
What a horribly named inn.
Who were you? Now you're a captain. Now you belong to the Untersee. But who were you before? A street urchin. Your urchin gang cast you out when you grew too tall. You took to sea rather than graduate to larger crimes. That last big score was enough to buy a ship. This will give you a bonus to Veils, the skill of subtlety and evasion. I like that. Now I need to clean my glasses.
Or you could be a poet. Educated and articulate, you seek sensation at sea. How lucky you had a legacy to spend. Your long-vanished father had a rich patron, it seems.
This will give you a bonus to Pages, the skill of trickery and knowledge. I like that too. Veteran of the campaign of 68. You fought in the invasion of Hell. London's armies lost. You survived. Your loot and your pension have bought you a command. This will give you a bonus to Iron, the skill of causing direct damage. An ordained priest. You fell from grace. There's nothing left ashore for you. An anonymous benefactor has found this way out for you. Perhaps at Z you can overcome your appetites. This will give you a bonus to Hearts, the skill of healing and morale. A natural philosopher, your peculiar theories on time, blood, and starlight brought you down to the Neath, the cavern where London lies, and now they take you out to Z. This will give you a bonus to mirrors, the skill of detection and perception. I think I want to go with a poet.
Fun fact, natural philosopher is what they used to call science.
Yep.
I mean, natural philosophy is what they used to call science.
A wise soul.
Experience? You have intuition. And your friend, the Sky
Slide. He's a little vague, but he probably knows what he's doing. Perhaps you can find someone better eventually. Your a stranger quality has gone. Welcome to the world. You've gained 20 echo, which is the currency.
Oh, that's the Echo Bazaar.
Yep.
Yay.
You've gained 25 pages. Esoteric and occasionally practical knowledge. You now have one sly navigator. Fragments to secrets.
Okay.
Competent? Probably. Trustworthy? Possibly. And someone is looking for passage. Someone in London requires your services. Choose an ambition. What does winning mean to you? Your father's bones. Your father was lost at Z. You never knew him, but you've often dreamed of him. Find and return his remains to London for a decent burial.
Oh, I think you accidentally skipped a Uber.
I
There was
did?
a thing about asking the navigator why he went out to sea.
Can't yet.
And why is it Z if it's Z?
I'm not exactly sure. That's just what they call the underground...
Because it lies underneath the C with an S?
Maybe? I
So
guess?
it ends up further down the alphabet.
Sure. Let's go with that. Fulfillment. Gather 100 tales. Learn all you can of the Z. Write a masterpiece. Retire. Wealth. You know how it is to be poor. Now you want a mansion, servants, fine clothes, a family perhaps. A private kingdom. Establish a colony where you are absolute ruler. A utopia, perhaps. Perhaps. You can't choose this now, but you may find an opportunity to switch to it later in game. Excuse me. I think fulfillment makes the most sense if we're going poet. Go. Whenever you return to Fallen London, you have the option of retiring, but you'll need to write your masterwork first. An occurrence, your objective ambition quality is now become London's most venerated explorer. This determines how you win, although you can always just retire in London for a draw. A last scrap of paperwork. Captain, Captain, an irregularity with the Harbour Master's office. They wish to know, what term of address do you prefer ashore? This will determine what people call your captain, but your captain's gender is up to you. More Z captains choose this than you might expect. Sir, citizen, my lord, milady, captain. Yeah, let's just go with captain. Captain will do... oh yeah. Captain it is. Last piece of advice. Explore. Take chances. This captain will probably die. The Z is hungry, but each captain passes on lessons to the next. Who are you? Who are you? Who? Let's see.
Ah, portraiture.
Uh-huh. He looks like he's just partaken a little bit of the snuff.
What's that weird one to the left of him?
It's a,
Oh, it's a
diver. Yeah. This guy looks
That'd be interesting, I'm guessing.
suitably poet. Alright. Who is our first adventurer? What shall we name him?
Hopkins Hemingway.
I don't know.
Fred Frost.
Maybe.
Steve, sorry.
You're weird. Weird.
Ooh, Kevin Costner.
Kevin Costner?
Kevin Costner.
Costner.
Kafka. Costner.
Costner.
I think there should be a T in there. Costner.
Costner. There we go.
That'll do. This guy won't last very long.
Probably not. Fallen London, deep, dark, and marvelous. All voyages start here, and this is where successful voyages end. Advice for captains. The much-lamented Im de Meaux found a watery grave long, long ago. Probably your end will be no better, but if you read this book of invaluable advice, your chances will improve. On endings and beginnings, captains often die. This is not the end. When you die, you'll learn lessons which will help you survive next time. Beware, the layout of the Untersee changes with each new captain, but home waters are stable, and islands will only move so far. Future captains can inherit some skills, officers, equipment, and money. Over time, you'll find extra items and advantages that allow you to preserve a greater inheritance. Vince. Come here, Vince. Exploration is the heart of the game. Risk brings reward. Staying close to London is safe, but eventually you'll run out of fuel and supplies. Exploring and playing port stories will allow you to find secrets and echoes. Speak to your officers to spend secrets on improving your abilities. Spend echoes on equipment and ports. You can often find officers in London. Unforgiving mode is how the game is meant to be played. One autosave, updated whenever you reach port, and wiped on death. If you're getting frustrated or want a more leisurely exploration, you can switch to Merciful mode. Saving or loading manually will permanently switch your character to Merciful mode. This will remove the Invictus token. Completing a game with the Invictus token intact is a badge of honor. Your prow lamp dispels darkness, reduces terror increase, allows you to find Z-marks. Your engines, of course, drive the ship forward into the night. Both your prow lamp and your engines use fuel. More powerful engines use more fuel, but all lamps use fuel at the same rate. Try not to run out of fuel. Note that the Admiralty will compensate you with fuel for port reports.
Port and report. We're sitting on the floor. Peering at things.
Use your Z-Bat Scout. Technically, it's a chiropteroscope, but we're among friends here. Press Z or click the Z-Bat button at the bottom of the screen and it'll tell you where the nearest undiscovered island is. Be warned, if you're moving, it will give less accurate directions. Pause to get the most accurate reading. When your enemy is in the arc of your guns, you'll see the firing solution. The glow around the fire buttons increase. When it's complete, let them have it. You can fire earlier if you like, but may miss. Larger ships may have access to different gun slots. A green glow means your enemy is in the light. Enemy ships also have an arc on their guns. Try to stay out of their way. Enemy Z-beasts will generally try to ram or bite you, and they'll submerge between times to avoid your attacks. If you're careful and turn your lights off, you may also be able to sneak up behind them and get a shot in first. When you put into port, you can generally explore and exhaust the story options until your next visit. If you have the something awaits you quality when at Z, you know that more story is waiting for you when you make port. It'll crop up whenever you're sailing around. If you see a flavor message like distant bells, that means you have something awaits. Terror increases gradually over time while you're out at Z away from land. Watch the skull. When you see orange or red pips, terror will bump up if you spend much longer in the frightening place. Many events will increase it too. Use shore leave in London or in other ports, but London is most cost-effective, to reduce it. Lots and lots of other stories increase or reduce terror. We'll add new stories to the game from time to time. You can download them from the main menu. Cool. You need to register an account with our system to download stories. Coincidentally, this also gives you a login on our odd-rich cult browser game at fallenlondon.com. You should definitely give it a try if you'd like the world of Sunless Sea, but it's 100% optional. Aha! So I can use my old account, probably. Sell this book. You're a veteran captain and require no more advice? Very well then. Sold! You've gained 50 echo. You no longer have any of this. Advice for captains. London. She's the greatest city on the Untersee, and don't you forget it. Visit the Admiralty's survey office. They'll pay for information from Z captains. Find out what and how. Unlocked with favors. Admiralties favor no more than 2. The Admiralty's picket fleets and intelligence networks are long gone. The survey office pays Z captains a small sum for recent information. Visit and investigate ports to gain port reports and trade them in here. The first time you trade in a port report, you'll gain Admiralty's favor. Ask if there's anything in particular they need. Well, if we can be assured of your discretion. This port. Speak to our agent there and return. We'll see that you're rewarded. Visit the port below and return to London. You can check the details in your journal at any time. Retrieve strategic information from the Iron and Misery Company funging station, somewhere not far from home waters.
Funging?
Survey 3 ports and return to win the Admiralty's approval. Someone in the docks wants to board your ship. Agree to carry the unsettled salvager to Venderbite. She visits Wolfstack every day in Z-stained rags, begging for passage. No captain will look her in the eye. Sounds good to me. Go. She embraces you. I'd kiss you, but my beloved is prone to jealousy. We were parted, but the ancient captains at Venderbite will know where she is. Bound for Venderbite.
Really, Zale?
Mm-hmm. Can't go to the university. Wolfstack Docks is locked. Hire on more crew. Sensible sailors are looking for a safe run to the tomb colonies, or at least a sane run to the southern archipelago. You'll need to buy drinks, spread around hiring fees. Look for daredevils. Your heart's quality gives you a 77% chance of success. Sure, let's have more crew. Rich pickings, your tall tales find a ready audience. Scarred and seasoned men and women tramp aboard, and find places to sling hammocks. Sorry, I just lost my place there. Succeeded in a hearts challenge. You've lost 30 echo and gained 3 crew. An immigrant will pay to be taken north to Vinderbite. Hey, someone else going to Vinderbite. Go. It's oddly difficult to die in fallen London, but when a Londoner is too tatty and wretched to live, they wrap themselves in bandages and take ship for the tomb colonies. Your crew cart these ones aboard in padded coffins. They'll sleep there until the journey is done. The tomb colonist is in your hold. Take them north to the colony of Vinderbite and sell them there. Okay. Mascot! Comatose ferrets. Mostly it's immobile, occasionally it's feral. Right-click to speak to this officer. Speak to.
Aww.
Play with your ferret, attract its attention.
It's because you're just like a lumpy scarf.
Play, that eye roll says. Play. I played once in the happy warrens of London, before you installed me in this floating coffin and made me eat dried food. Damn your play. It is an eloquent eye roll.
Poor ferret. Left click and drag to assign officers, or right click to speak to them. Assigned officers give ability bonuses. Thanks, tutorial.
Can I make him my engineer?
Put the ferret on engineer and put the first officer on mascot.
Oh no, they are of a type, apparently. The Z, Captain. Look at it out there. It's not our friend, don't forget that. Tell me a tale and I'll tell you another. The Z is full of stories. What does he want? What does he seek at Z? The Z is enough, but now you mention it, I have always had a desire to see Frostfound, the place where the Z rises to become a castle, the place where questions and riddles do battle for truth. He sighs dreamily, but he is watching you carefully. Yes, Frostfound. Shoops.
What was the text for that proposition?
Say what?
Then there was a third option that had text. I suppose everything has text, but I do
Yeah,
something
it's
non-text
locked.
about the Z, I know, but I like it. And, oh, okay. Sure, your hearts is at least 20 points higher than your mirrors. Soulless fruit.
I heard you say it before I saw it written there, and I heard soulless fruit, which I would hope it would be. I don't want to eat fruit with a soul.
Yeah, could you imagine the screaming?
Right?
She said visitors. Oh yeah, weren't you supposed to visit the Iron and Misery Company? I suppose you may as well visit everything see what's around. But the Iron and Misery Company was a side quest for the Armington.
I think it was them at another port.
I thought it said this port. Like, straight up noob quest. Objective. That's your mission. Fun.
Yeah, the Iron Misery Company funging station, somewhere not far from Home Waters.
Okay, so you don't actually know where that is.
Not yet.
Other than it's nearby.
Mm-hmm. Wolfstack Exchange. Trading in common goods will only earn slim profits. Seek other opportunities. Cask of mushroom wine. Firkin of prisoner's honey. Sack of dark drop coffee beans. Crate of human souls.
Oh, and these all have descriptions. Yay!
All the fire of hell and all the aroma of heaven.
What's prisoner's honey?
100 dreams in every barrel. I'm sure
I'm
it's.
more creeped out than before I read that.
I'm sure it's some sort of alcohol, liquor.
Approved romantic literature.
The finest output of the Greyfields shroom yards. The revenue men have removed the most challenging elements and applied a custom stamp to the title leaf. Parabola linen. Who plucks the flax from the banks of rivers that flow through sleep? Caro's naval surplus. Mr. Caro has found a use for the equipment once sold to the sadly reduced Royal Navy.
I misread that as torpedo companions.
Torpedo buddies.
They're little things that keep your torpedoes company before you fire them.
The dangerously jovial Mr. Fires manufactures the most intimidating, least carefully tested devices.
Fun!
We are clay. We will work. We will only work. This trio of clay stokers will reduce crew requirements, but also crew capacity, and will slightly increase engine power. They are fitted to an auxiliary slot. When they are not in use, they will stand patiently, hands by their sides, flat gray eyes unreadable. One will say sometimes, "I like it when it's quiet."
Rotors -3 engine power, plus 250, iron, plus 5.
Ratus Faber. You want someone to take a look inside that. In combat, Ratus Faber assistants can be deployed for quicker repairs. It's dangerous work. Don't expect them back. Oh.
Bonus yards, Bandersnatch.
Multitudes-
Oh, jeez. Sounds frumious.
It's a monster. Are you? A powerful weapon that relies on torpedo attacks.
It's a gun?
Mm-hmm.
It looks like a flask.
Get
fluid.
ye flask. Multitude's political convictions may be suspect, but his ship's lights are reliably excellent.
Ooh, various lights.
Speculative consonator.
What's a technique and more than just a theory? It does not limit your ability to hide. Where you're supposed to fire. Blazing Glen.
Veils -10, jeez.
Swap some veils for some mirrors. Get back, don't look at it directly.
Like a lane of beams athwart the sea through all the circles of the golden year.
An effective device for making enemies?
Seeking enemies.
Ah.
An adequate device for seeking enemies. A glass as clear as ice and sharp as salt.
How's one? You do have a prow lamp already, right?
Probably. Your current ship.
The Theseus served for a long, long, long time. You'd be in the bridge slot. I do believe the shipyard is where you buy and trade ships.
Mm. Where do I look at... Aha, there's nothing in the bridge slot.
Sounds, you have no prow lamp?
Apparently. But I can afford no prow lamp either.
Well, maybe you have like a default prow lamp, and the others are just things special.
Perhaps.
Curiosities. That'd be the Vindicatus token, I assume.
Invictus token.
Ding!
Ding. There we go. Click the launch button to leave port.
Launch. E.
Oh wait, I haven't looked at my lodgings yet.
Oh, dude.
Read the morning papers, the Unexpurgated Gazette, the magazine formerly known as the London Magazine, the Spiteful Trumpeter, News. The Echo Bazaar, that enigmatic marketplace, has increased its tax on love stories. The traitor Empress has forbidden singing in the street outside her palace. The anarchists of the Calendar Council have inexplicably dynamited a drinking fountain. The Ministry of Public Decency has located and destroyed a nest of gallblighter wasps. You now have one recent news.
You can collect... what?
You cannot collect more than one recent news at a time.
Oh, I guess you trade that at outlying colonies for other things. Use Y to move. Tap W twice to reach max speed. Tap S to slow down or reverse. Use the A and D keys to steer. The tutorial probably literally wants you to do that before you live on. Most icons have keyboard shortcuts. Mouse over to see them. What's that little doing there?
Oh, it's it's just a buoy.
Oh, if you have it, you know. You discovered Bad Stevener's Abyss. Hunter's Creek. Low Barnet. Distant Bells.
Something
Again,
awaits me.
Lamp icon will appear. Means the opportunities of a young Sweet.
Lampicon.
Fed the crow. Crew. Ooh, this thing really burns through its fuel.
Oof, no kidding. Maybe I should have bought some more before I left.
Well, the meter is one entire. It's like the entirety of a single unit.
Oh, okay.
You're at 9, now you're at 8. Dig his finger waves. Something drifts face down.
Can I investigate that?
What did you Where's the other? Toggle lights.
Oh,
now.
it paused.
Dust echoes, even a sepia tint to the air. These are the waters around Zoom colonies.
Ah, okay. Well, that's good. That's one of the places I was going.
Are you possibly interested in Low Barnets as the home of the funging facility? Will it be identified as a funging facility? Like, is it in a port somewhere?
I don't know.
Well,
I've encountered an opponent.
Red arc shows the range of your deck gun. Range of the current attention.
Okay, so that's why it paused.
You also explain why the light did, right? The whole UI changed significantly.
Mm-hmm. Now, where is this... this enemy of which it speaks? There it is.
There.
Oh, shoot.
Fire, fire! Fire as soon as you get that solution.
Ship is yours. What will you do with her? Take what you can and move on. Lean pickings. These pinnaces don't sail far from their hidden harbors, but there's something at the back of the hold. A cache of curiosities. Ooh.
Some sort of barrel.
Tap the bung carefully.
Ding, ding, ding.
It's a cask of wine. In the flaring light, it's dark, but the taste is the darkness of autumn. Mushroom wine. An acquired taste, perhaps, but once you've acquired it, who'd go back to grapes? Nasty little bubbles of goo grapes.
Grapes are delicious. Fight me. I believe you can hit E for all the out there, because I think that was the only enemy you had.
Yeah.
The game appears to be in tutorial mode. Can you get a damage report? Firing solution. Oh yeah, I wrote more stuff. Firing solution. Terror. When you see green running lights on the ship, you're in the dark, and your crew's terror will increase. Watch the pips and the terror indicator. It increases faster you fire from land. Don't let it reach 100. 2 red pips. What else we got? Oh, clear your price. Did that. Headlights.
Okay.
Useful for coming around behind someone and then lighting them up.
Hull 58 of 75.
Oh. And what's that thing up there? Those are
This?
the positive and negative numbers.
That's the speed.
Oh. Right. Bam. So you're just steadily drifting. Oh, no, you were at 1. I see where the selector lies.
Mm-hmm.
Davis Bay. You appear to be down to 3 supplies. Harper's Ferry? That's real. And something's on fire down there. I think it's a chimney. I don't trust the spirally architecture people seem to have taken to. If you hear anyone chanting stuff about what will be was and what was will be, You may want to have left. Oh, yes. And Nate and I playing Solaris, where he was noting that he had pushed his influence into the core of the galaxy where you can't actually colonize anything.
Mm-hmm.
And he's talking about like having access to the supermassive black hole at the center, but OG is the radiation.
Mm.
And I was like, just ride the worm into it.
Oop. Bat swarm.
Apparently you have to fight that. Stand ready. Fire. Ew. Your succulent was still in blood. Into the pot. A mere touch leaves
Why
you
not?
shuddering. Slightly reduce your terror.
Don't have much terror to reduce anyway, so...
And low on supplies. Disgusting.
Yeah.
How many it gets you?
1 supplies. New total 3. Gained 1 terror.
Oh yeah, your pips is like all around skull. Oh, no, you're not, dude. Less. 3, 4. Where is that place to which you go?
I don't know.
A belch of smoke goes up from the funnel. I hear that's standard operation. Shouldn't terror go way down when you're approaching a known thing? I don't know. Maybe they're worried about all that, whatever's going on out there. Those patterns.
I think it's snow.
Brr.
And resultantly, I think I want to find... Yeah, Boreal Reach. Is this snow? Touch it and it puffs to vapor. Your crew huddles close for the warmth of pipe and funnel. Oop.
Butt swarm.
Bats again.
Because the keyboard shortcut for that is the number 1.
Yep, more supplies. Vendor bite. Where?
There.
Oh, right here? In front of me?
Yep. Venomite.
Oh.
Travel ever so slightly forward and you will see
Aha.
the letters that form vendor bites.
Now I see it.
Ding!
Days of shrooms and roses. The new tomb colonist surveys Vendor Bite, shaking her head. It won't do, she says. It won't do at all. The new, plan. I had no idea the place would be quite so unprepossessing. Perhaps we can liven it up a little yet. If only I knew a helpful Z-Captain. Bring 10 units of mushroom wine to Venderbite, and perhaps they'll have something for you.
Need more wine.
Yeah. I have one. Perhaps not. On deck, you can hear the sound that 1,000 bandaged dead make as they shuffle and cough. It's something like the world's most restless concert audience, or the world's most plague-ridden cathedral. Find ancient captains to speak to the unsettled salvager. It shouldn't be too hard. What else have they got to do around here but molder? Terrible bad luck. An assortment of decrepit Z-captains gathers around her, compelled by tradition, honor, or boredom. She picks her nails and closes her eyes when at last she speaks. I want to find Lady Black. The captains that can run, do. The rest shuffle away as swiftly as they're able. Only one remains behind. How long were you down there? He asks. 20 minutes, she replies. The captain puts his hand on her shoulder. Seek the house of the keel in Polythreme, he says. But if you can forget her, do. It's possible. He embraces her and departs.
Tasty glass of wine. Finder by is not the most promising place for... Sure, leave too much decay, too little light, too many bandaged walking corpses. Few companions of easy virtue. No cinnamon, no recent newspapers. Very little pickled cave herring.
The first curator is responsible for the preservation of the tomb colonies. It has been here much longer than London, like all the oldest tomb colonists. But even tomb colonists dissolve in the end. Its time is close. No more light, the obsequious steward cautions you. The curator is terribly afraid of moths. He opens the door, and you step into near darkness. A pair of luminous lamplighter bees buzz in a latticed ivory tube. There is no other source of light. A bandaged shape, no longer than a child, lies crumpled on a couch. It lifts its head with obvious effort. It takes several seconds for you to distinguish its voice from the soft buzz of the bees. Z-Captain, Silkskin, not much left of me. I will go into the Grand Sanatorium. Bring me colors. 7 colors. Pay well. Seven colors? Cosmogone, Irigo, Pelagian. Steward has list. Find them here and there, across the wide black sea.
Ask about the Grand Sanatorium.
Oh, Silkskin, you don't want to know. The chuckling becomes a cough. We don't die here below, not unless we go to Z. So we needed something else. Somewhere to end. There we go. It collapses, rustling back onto the couch. Even the effort of speaking seems to have diminished it a little. The audience is over. As the door opens, it shrinks from the finger of light that reaches across the floor. Outside, the obsequious steward nods. The book? Yes, the book. He hands you a slim, illustrated volume. The curator is old as dust. We will all be grateful if you do it this one last favor.
Beneath bow. Apocyad. Cosmogone. Gant. Irigo. Pelagian. Violent. Virk. V marks violent when the blood is shed in the aspired place. Violent ink is employed for the most desperate treaties.
Behind your mirror, V names Virik, the color of shallow sleep. P drowns in Pelagian, the color of the deepest Z. Someone has scrawled into the margin, beyond the gate there is a sea more sunless. I is for Irigo, no one remembers why. Irigo colors the forgotten corners of home. G is lost in Gant, which remains when all other colors are eaten. Gant can be found where shadows are myriad. C lights Cosmogon, The color of remembered suns, the fecund, the fetid, the fungal. These flourish in the glow of cosmogon. A wakes Aposion, the blue of memory and brightest coral. Okay. Gather gossip. Along the coasts of the Untersee, it's remarkably hard to die. The decrepit and nearly dead who... Oh, wait, that... Yeah. Manage peace, but they don't give up their ties to home or their politics. You gather a haul of complex clues, enough to keep your contacts in London interested. Explore. Yay. Here they favor candlelight over gaslight. The shadows are swagged like cobwebs. The tomb colonists stand still enough to be mistaken for sculpture until they laugh or cough. One building in 3 seems abandoned. The Lamplighter's Arcade. Here they sell copper jewelry, grimacing little faces and squat rectilinear figures. A tradition from before London, they claim. You part with a few small coins for a cheery-looking thing with an expression like a tipsy bat. Perhaps it will bring you good dreams. You've lost 1 terror. That's all for now.
You've gained a secret. Speak to your officers to improve your abilities.
Yay.
Supplies and ducking.
Supplies. Hey, wait. Speak to... Ouch, the comatose ferret resents the disturbance. It springs to life like a figure in an enchanted painting in a story, sinking a sudden fang into your thumb. Oh.
Dang it, the overgoat wouldn't have done that.
Sure, let's increase my mirrors. The Navigator likes to talk about the Z. He has long opinions on its beauties, its dangers, its salinity, its depth, and its contents, and the rest. Every other sentence starts with the Z. Z, Z, Z. After a while, you reach the point of semantic satiation, and the word Z means no more to you than the word Zop. But you seem to have learnt something.
Oh yeah, it's like when you chant the word door for a while, it loses all meaning. Or bowl.
Or punch. To borrow one from that episode of Space Ghost. I forget if it was Coast to Coast or if it was Cartoon Planet or what. I think it was Coast to Coast.
Cabrera says, that was my favorite terror too, sad face.
Sure. More mirrors, because he's the only dude I have right now. Officers.
Didn't you have more dudes?
No, just
You
him.
had crew.
Mm-hmm. The image of a long-snouted reptile god still stands in the temple, but now storytellers gather here. Hey, yeah, I can sell recent news. Because I got some of that in town.
They can only get more in London, apparently. Unless there's like a newspaper invented by it.
Oh, hey, more mushroom wine. Oh, no, wait, that's sell. I don't want to sell that yet.
Port reports and treasures. You can trade too, but exploration and story is much more profitable. Gas and eats are available here too.
Yeah, gas is much more expensive, though. I'll buy 1 gas here and then return to London, I think.
Or maybe a port between.
Yeah.
Because you're still looking for that thing not far from home Mars.
An Admiralty Commission. Yeah, that thing.
I don't suppose it shows up on the map, would it? Because it's in the map shows what you've seen somewhere.
Yeah.
Like, you went north.
Yep. Itch. Okay.
One wonders where the thing is. I guess I need to pick up some wine.
Yep.
We've got a little wine, but they want 8?
10.
10. Need 9 more wine.
Mm-hmm.
Something involved in a bullfrog.
Something about a friend of mine.
Oh yeah, wasn't there something about like a bat scope?
Yes.
Oh, it finds islands. It's like a glowing red orb in the middle.
I'm not sure.
Well, not really glowing, but like the kind of a between the wrench and the hook.
Oh, that's full power to the engines.
Air travel is a breath of change. Think you can turn off your lens to save film while you're doing it? You're low on fuel. Buy more before you run out.
All the clatter and song of the dockside soothes the soul. Are there messages for you? See, something has changed in the Neath. Another day. Time the healer. Your time at Z will change you in London. Someone wants to sign on? Hey, that's all for now. You'll find a story when next you make port. Precious time away from the captain's duties. How will you spend it? You get one of these each time you return to London. The Rose Market bustles on Grocer's Wharf. Who will be there today? Sure. She is staying at a respectable boarding house near the docks and has made it known that she is available for work. I specialize in amputations. It's easy to acquire unwanted appendages at Z. The Claturier is a doctor who increases hearts and iron. I dig it.
Help! I got these 3 tentacles I didn't want.
Her talents could be well employed on your vessel. Welcome aboard. She comes with a bag full of knives and her own personal sharpening stone. Don't touch these. Don't let anyone else touch them. Appoint your new officer by dragging her from the officers tab to her slot at the top of the screen. Do this in port, not at sea, or you may unsettle your crew.
Ooh, you got a surgeon.
Yay. A very fine evening to you, Captain. My what you might call mentor is very fond of adventurous Z captains, and he would like to offer you what you might call a dispensation, on account of he is so fond of Z captains. Behind the blind bruiser on the dock stands a dray piled high with fuel and supplies. Who is this patron? Is there a catch? He runs a very fine and very liberal establishment just across the river, what is much patronized by sailors and men of wit and vinegar. Public house, and there is no obligation to speak of. My patron would only hope that you might remember him kindly, and I suppose that if the opportunity should arise for you to return his kindness, then I do not imagine he would refuse your offer. Very well. 15. Oh, yeah. Liddy. What? Where did that go? Okay. Well, my patron hopes that you find these little gifts to your liking, and he expects that perhaps someday you might choose to call on him at the Medusa's head. Should that day come, we will make you very welcome and give you any safe conduct, what you might require. Good evening to you. 10 fuel, 5 supplies. Accepted the proposal. You now have 1 menace's suspicion. Oh, you rapscallion. This will increase as you conduct criminal activities or have contact with rough sorts. The higher your suspicion, the more fiercely the excise will search your ship.
Gabriella inquires, can she transfer those extra appendages, perhaps? Yeah, I'm sure you might find a buyer for a tentacle or two at the bazaar.
Yeah. The Rose Market caters to collectors and eccentrics, anyone with exotic tastes and the gumption to harass Z-captains. According to the archaic rules of the market, you can only make 1 trade per visit. Choose wisely. People at the Rose Market will pay above the usual price for specific goods. Unread log, scintillac. Escort some interested acquaintances. Sure, because I can't do any of the other things. Puppet plays press on uninterrupted. Personal collections grow. Words written in fogged mirrors are hastily wiped away. The exotic exchanges pollinate dreams.
Outlandish artifact.
Ten echoes. 1 favor. Visit to Vendor Bite has been confirmed. 1 fuel.
Oh, cool. They give some gas.
Yep. Okay. Now, how much? 21 apiece. I'm gonna need to save up before I can get more of that. I mean, before I can do that thing.
Zoop! Zoop! Let's see.
The color, old blood on snow. The taste, paprika, mushrooms, irony. The recipe, closely guarded.
It tastes like irony. I never read Torpedo Nets as Torpedo Note. The elderly steeple engine.
Which is what I have.
The serpentine. Leadbeater and Stain Rod.
Leadbeater and Stainrod Bodicea. Cotterell and Heather Sage Manticore No. 4. Cotterell and Heather Sage Admiralty Special. Strictly speaking, this shouldn't be sold to civilian vessels at all, but the Admiralty has grown more casual of late.
Says your top tier engine.
Well, that's probably my top tier engine. It's just not available. It's just not for sale.
That's a heck of an engine.
Mm-hmm.
Serpent King rages. Or so the magician claims. What are flares and foxfires for?
Let's see. Flare. Flares may be used to reveal your enemies, increasing the speed of your firing solution. That hasn't been too necessary yet. We've all made mistakes. If only those mistakes could be left in the dark. What?
Huh?
I don't know. It's expensive, though.
Yep, it's expensive and you're about broke. You want to sell things.
I don't really have much to sell, though. I've got that one cask of mushroom wine, which I need more of, supplies and fuel, and that's it.
And quests.
Mm-hmm. Alright, well, let's see if I can find that,
Oh, don't forget to read the paper and get...
Oh, right.
Get
Lodgings.
news.
And one supply, and lost one terror.
Cool. Oh, did you do the carouse the things for losing another turn?
Did I do what?
There's like a thing, carouse the wolf hoosers.
It was not an option.
Oh, I thought
It was locked.
Oh, well, locked it.
The fact that I no longer have a free night.
Oh, you'd use that.
Yeah.
On something.
The Connaught is threatening war. They always are. London's colonies on the Carnelian coast want independence. They always do. The Untersee is, the papers report, has undergone another alteration. Not yet it hasn't. You'd know. Oh, a promotional coupon from Mrs. Plenty's Provisioners for a half cask of salt herring. You could use that. Nice. Let's, crap, what was the thing?
Really?
London. There we go. Employ Ratus Faber engineers. The rats of Fallen London are remarkably skilled engineers, and they know ships well. They are not, however, reliable. Payment is in kind, not currency. A matter of luck. Pretty good odds. Unlocked with hull no more than 74. You have 48. Unlocked with 3 supplies. You have 8. Unlocked with no more than 0. Wretched Mog.
Cat.
Mm-hmm.
Why can't you use the other things? Not enough cash?
Not enough favors for that one. Not enough cash for those. Yeah. Lacking favors and cash.
Okay.
Although actually supplies are... I think I'm fine for now. So...
Have you had the option to get a good night's sleep while at this?
It heals wounds and reduces terror.
It also appears to, like, give a status effect, good night's sleep.
Hmm. Fed the crew. Is this a bridge that I can go under? Nope.
Yeah. Well,
Really?
careful,
I took
your
damage
wolves
from
took
that?
damage from it. Listen. Not a lot. You're self-freezing. I think you did 1 point.
Yeah, I did.
Where's your cruise terror didn't go up though? Boys are like users.
Light ship.
That's expensive cash, expensive gas,
And a way to spend news.
you can still have a reason to do that.
Sure. Lost 5 terror. And 1 Z story. In the bleaching glare of the lens among the smells of oil and metal, you sip tea and chat. The Z's terror recedes.
species? Do the dreams of jellyfish become real? That slick of blue, or goo.
Perhaps you can eat it. Better yet, perhaps your sailors can.
Colors?
Unlocked when surveyed visage is blank. Unlocked with no more than 0, a port report visage. Sure. I don't know what that is exactly, but... a new sea story! From above, the Gilliflower's cap looks a little like a woman's face. She dissolves like smeared paint.
Are these places you can even visit, or are they just there?
I think they might. I think some of them might just be there.
Some of them totally have docks, which I presume you can dock at.
Yeah. Actually, wait. What's that? What are these rocks up here? The Phosgene Bleaks. Here the wilder airs mingle with the airs of the near reaches. Demo's Gate, named for a navigator lost above. How did his bones come below?
I'm guessing they fell.
Shepherd's Wash, the salty hinterland of London. Home to hermits, nuns, and shadowy business. On the surface, the sun still warms the earth, or so one assumes. Station 3. Depot A.
Rural Megalosh. That's a crab you can fight. Pull back, pull back! Fire! Sweet, if I have no damage.
Yay. That's the best kind. I'm going to get supplies.
Forlorn and willing cry, it turns on its back legs, neatly folded, the bluish blood gouts from its wounds. Its golden glow begins to dim. It emits light.
Although I do have a 100% chance of success with the dissection.
I have 4 supplies, and I think there's a port near it.
Yeah, okay. Gained 25 fragment. Succeeded in a Pages challenge. The higher the quality, the higher the chance of success. You set to work with your knives and acids. It is an undistinguished adolescent specimen, a megalops, of one of the deep-sea crab species, but its eyes, normally vestigial in these troglodytic beasts, are large and rather beautiful. The golden glow is almost gone now, although sparks leap now and then to your knife.
Strange.
Indeed. Abbey Rock. Abbey somebody. Abbey who? Abbey Rock. Mutton Island. Quaker's Haven.
That sounds like a place for supplies.
It does. Like oats.
Is there a way to move that crew feeding marker to the right from where it is? Notice the gauge goes much further than it's been going. Hunger 5.
It looks like no.
No, it's probably related to like crew size and makeup.
Once this simple fishing village was part of the London suburbs, before London fell and the waters rushed in. I misread that at the Cock and Mangle. Which would be a terrible name for a thing. Like, regardless of which definition you're using, you want to keep things out of a mangle that aren't wet clothes. There's only one public house on the island. The Cock and Magpie is famed for its local cider and, of course, the Z-food. Pick up a wretched Mog. This is a mascot, one variety of officer. I like my ferret, though. Even if he's not exactly helpful. They sail the Z around the island, they mend their nets by the harbor, they see that all that happens here, but you'll need coin to open their mouths. I should get a port report. It only costs me 1 echo. There's not much wind on the Untersee, but Mutton Island offers eerie gusts and buffets from an inexplicably local fragment of weather, and the air on the hilltop sometimes carries interesting scents. Yeah, let's visit the hilltop. Toasting the wind. You stand on a cliff top looking over the little village. Smoke from the chimney of the Cock and Magpie drifts straight upwards. As you watch, the smoke tilts. The sudden wind thins it to a pencil smudge, then nothing. The wind screams unexpectedly, like a god cut in half. What a noise! It must be the caves around the island channeling the air. At least, that's the most comforting explanation. Below you, the locals each take nips from a shared flask and make a toast towards the mainland. The wind is a southerly. You succeeded in a pages challenge. You've gained 2 terror. You've gained 44 fragments. That's all for now.
Pick up gas or some importantly supplies.
Supplies are 30 though. I can only afford 1.
Ah.
Yeah, I think I need to head back to London.
Why are you so broke? How do you make echoes in this game? You have a number of secrets to spend out of that.
Mm-hmm.
What up, other boat? And I'm back to Nod.
Boat to hell. Boat to hell. Sorry, that's very much an inside joke.
Zayla raises her head sharply. Blood on the lid.
An inspection by the Ministry of Public Decency. Some things are too illegal for the Customs Service to admit the existence of. The Ministry are here looking for those. You shrug and invite them to search your ship as thoroughly as they would like. Unlocked with no more than 0, a firkin of red honey. Unlocked with no more than 0, a gift for the Pirate King. Unlocked with no more than 0, vials of red honey. Vials and firkins. Got it.
Red honey sounds disturbing.
Yeah. I've lost 1 menace, suspicion. They leave scuff marks on the newly scrubbed decks and take great pleasure in tangling the rigging. They find nothing more dangerous than moldy ship's biscuit.
I hate they can be surprisingly dangerous.
Collect messages. Hey, Mom. Would you grab me another drink, please? There's not much of this one left. Something has changed. Thank you. Oh, look, I said it's not quite. Someone wants to sign on. The Blind Bruiser. And a free evening. The rose market hasn't changed because it's higher than 0.
What? I don't know what that means.
Good evening, Captain. And what a marvelous evening it is, if you don't mind my saying so, and given it is my impression you are an obliging sort, I imagine you will not mind at all. And since you are so very obliging, perhaps you wouldn't mind making a little detour via Mount Palmerston with a few articles of cargo, if you happen to be in the area. The cheery man will, of course, cover your expenses for this trifling inconvenience. Where is Mount Palmerston? Have I found it yet?
I don't think so. Scroll down, maybe you can ask about it.
Nope. It's generally somewhere northeast of London. Well, it did say that
These
the
are gonna
islands
move
would...
around.
Yeah. But yeah, the island... The thing did say the islands tends to move only so far. If you would be so kind to deliver this little gift to our friends in Mount Palmerston, then they will see we get to hear about it. And when you come back, we'll cover your expenses. Bon voyage, as my aunt, who was French by birth, if not by inclination, used to like to say. I have one unstamped crate of brilliant souls, a crate of exceptional human souls. It has never known the tender touch of the Imperial Customs stamp. Consequently, it cannot be sold on the open market, and you'd better not be caught with it.
Great, low on supplies, and here you are picking up a smuggling run.
It's fine.
Yeah, but you're getting in with dodgy folk before turning in yourself with the Admiralty.
It's fine. They don't need to look at my
Don't
shit.
you pick up minutes by taking these things?
A little bit.
Wouldn't it be smarter to do the above board stuff before pick up minutes?
Nah. That only... The menace only really affects me when I'm coming into port, I think.
Chris, when I saw something in the Admiralty, it was like, you have unlocked it less than 2 minutes or something.
Maybe.
Suspicion, not menace.
Yeah.
The original rubbery lumps. I don't think you actually tried the food.
Mm-mm. Obtained 1 favor. Total 2. Your visit to Quaker's Haven has been confirmed by the Admiralty Records Office. Gained 1 fuel. Gained 5 echoes. And I can speak to a higher authority now. Survey 3... Oh, okay. More than 2. Wait.
More than 2. You have 2. Wait, no more than 2?
I think that means the event that says, once you've proven yourself, perhaps. Then I get a different one once I have.
Okay.
An urchin tugs your sleeve. Governor wants a word. A brooding figure waits at the lamplight's edge. I have need of a reliable agent. Failing that, an inventive one. Here are my requirements.
Go on.
He has very specific needs, but he'll pay much better than market rates, and he won't ask how you came by these things.
An occurrence.
Ooh. Your objective, the venturer's venture. Quality is now 1, a dream and a scheme. Speak to him further, or check your journal. Something warming. They sell it in Mount Palmerston. Hey!
Somewhere north of the Intersea.
1,000 echoes for 7 sealed skins. Zoop.
He wants soup?
Mm-hmm. And something spicy. Muter salt. They harvest it in Wither, to the north along the coast. 700 echoes. I like the sound of this.
Would love to do that. Once you have the capital to buy anything.
Mm-hmm. I'll save all of this until I actually have terror to,
What's all this stuff? What is this stuff?
What?
What is any of this?
Tattoos.
Dollars hand. Commemorate your daring. Increase your iron by 2 permanently and carry 25 points terror.
Mm-hmm.
Fails. Oh, okay. Magical tattoos that permanently increase your powers.
Mm-hmm.
give you a restful night. I don't know what that does. What's it cost?
10 echoes.
Oh, it actually it's cash. Wacky. Hey,
Uh-huh.
you're at university.
Unlocked with one secret. The university has an inexhaustible appetite for secrets, Z-specimens, and other tidbits of esoteric lore. Provide a secret to prove yourself worthy of entry. What else have we here? Carouse. Costs 10 echoes, but can 80% chance of success. Reduces my terror, though. I'm not really sure I need that.
Don't need any more crew. Possibly have too much crew. Officers are good, though. Except that's just a recruit.
Yeah.
Takes us more crew. Back up.
Well, let's see here.
Oh, there's Lucy an officer. Okay.
Yeah.
A gunner. He'll stay. Here's my colleague. He'll stay on shore. Here's my. What the heck? Your ship. Here are my references. Here are more references. Here's my design for a whistling shell. Here's my colleague. He'll stay on shore. Here's my hand. Exuberant. What's he cost?
20 echoes. 50 echoes.
And some other things. What are those three?
Unlocked with no more than 0 sigil-eaten navigator. Unlocked when learning about the sigil-ridden navigator is blank. Okay, so...
Available when you don't have a sigil-ridden navigator.
And when I
Which is
don't
this
know anything about the sigil-ridden navigator, yep.
I guide your ship. I know all about the Z, how it was, how it will be. Please, the headaches only stop when I'm working.
I kind of want to hire this guy because he sounds interesting.
The first officer who increases mirrors and veils. Ah, he would replace your,
Oh, he is a first officer.
Yes, he is.
Oh, dang. Okay, well...
The other guy's a gunner, and what's that bottom one? Just a sailor?
Just sailors. Okay, then, yeah, let's hire the irrepressible cannoneer, because we don't have a gunnery officer.
I like his exuberance. I suppose it's kind of dangerous to have an exuberant cannoneer, but... Cabrilla says, well, this is convenient. They don't carry certain limited edition flavors in London proper, I suppose. Followed by, psst, I know what color socks the mayor is wearing.
Is that one of the secrets?
Yeah, that's how you get to the university. I know what color socks the mayor is wearing.
Oh, this is interesting. Room for improvement. There's always room for improvement. Wait, let me make notes. Paper. Appoint your new officer by dragging. Now, have one irrepressible cannoneer. Cheery enthusiasm is a welcome but unnerving trait in a gunner.
That's what I said.
Alright. Officers.
Iron +8. Solid.
Yeah. I dig it.
You can smash some claws right in the teeth. The unfortunate part is that you spent some echoes.
Yeah.
It's really hard to make money.
Okay, now let's visit the university. There we go. Gained 1 pages. Yeah.
Oh yes, University's Maritime Liaison. Speaks breathly. Oh yes, this is quite the tasty one. Let me explain it to you.
He explains, teeth glinting.
Something about antiquarian. The Alarming Scholar.
The alarming scholar is mercurial, to say the least. A creature of sudden moods and provoking teeth. Possibly her appointment as University Maritime Liaison was precautionary to keep his razor-sharp enthusiasm from causing too many injuries in the faculty. Ah, yes, the scholar whispers breathily. I have a budget for acquisitions. What have you brought me? A tale of the deep. A searing enigma.
It won't
Dread
be safe, but it won't be
surmise.
safe for anyone. I smell secrets. Searing secrets. Share them with me. I'm close to something.
The scholar will become permanently unavailable? Well, 10 echoes. And my favors antiquarian is increasing. Thrilling! Let me hear every detail. First, I must find my fountain pen. Oh, how regrettable. It has a spider impaled on the nib. Excuse me. Let me... Good heavens, it's still alive! Pass me that volume of Gibbon. There we go. Do you have another pen?
You got 10 echo and something else.
Favors antiquarian.
Ah. Poor spider.
Yeah. Okay.
Stop with the gravity already. Okay, so you need supplies.
Mm-hmm. I can buy 3. So I will buy 3.
At least the Admiralty's kind enough to give you gas.
Mm-hmm. Right, so next stop I need to make is
It's not party time. Somewhere to
the
northwest.
northeast.
Northeast.
There isn't
To the
really a
northeast.
northwest.
Is that the name of the island?
Mount something, yes.
Ah, cool. So travel northeast so you don't see much. Slow down, send out the bat. Repeat. And I guess drive hard because you have plenty of gas in comparison to supplies.
Yep. I'm going full speed.
How effective is a good steamer?
I don't know.
What's a steamer?
I
Some kind of boat position.
I knew someone in high school with the last name Stevener.
Yeah, it's probably something their grandparents or great-grandparents did for a living.
Mm-hmm. Shepherd's Wash. The luminescent beasts like eyeless dolphins play in your wake.
Cool.
Yeah.
I want some.
Okay, back at the Shepherd Isles. Time to turn north.
There's a foreboding fog up here.
Mm-hmm.
There's something to your right.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, the pirate. Stand ready. Fire.
we go. Cache of curiosities. 4 supplies.
Yoo-hoo! An ever-rising need of repairs. Z-bats cry out. They're nothing like birds.
Staying away from that.
Western angler crab.
I mean, it looks cool, but I don't think I can handle it right now.
It looks cool and terrifying.
Yeah.
I'm sure your crew are going, ah! Bring it to hell. There it goes. If you weren't about to hit land, I was going to be like, because you don't wait for it faster if you hit the boost.
Do you think it's just in that square of whatever there?
That would be blatantly stupid.
It would.
You may want to check.
Yeah. Yeah, I had it right for it. Oh, now bats I can handle. I don't need to reduce terror. I will take supplies. Dang. Okay.
It's probably worth checking.
Yep.
So now you're checking about low on gas.
Far off, very far off, someone screams.
You must have seen that crap. Nemo Islands, this is missing east. Click to mark it on your chart. There's the funging thingy.
Hey! It's about time.
Yes. Maybe they have some gas up the line. You can probably turn off your light.
Funging station. There's a funger operation here, felling giant bolagous shrooms for building materials, harvesting Kirili for its medicinal properties. It's a desperate little outpost of something like civilization. Up puffs the affable Factor. Oh, hello, Captain. Thank God for visitors. We'd go quite mad out here otherwise. Quite mad. How can we be of assistance? One of the funging workers is watching your crew, and watching the clattery air especially. What does he want? Sure.
Cambrilla is. And it says, hearing a scream that loud in a place like this is worrying.
The tomb colonist draws you a little way away from the clattery air. Don't tell her you met me, he says in a hoarse rasp. Her mother cut my voice. Hoped to fix it so I wouldn't be able to look for my daughter. So I wouldn't want to. He wheezes. Didn't work. Operation's never completely effective. Need to know my daughter's well. Happy. Finding enough patients. Getting enough to eat and so forth. In exchange for the simplest news, he explains himself. I'm her father, he says. Ordinary engineer, not the sort of parent she would want. Alright. Here, little to report, but we have had Connaught privateers nosing around, and tell them that the company grows suspicious. Mr. Iron knows the Admiralty is interested in his business. Pray, my friend, that you never have to serve two masters as I do. Okay, that thing's locked. Port report. Sure. You sit on the veranda of the factor's house, looking out over the fungal jungle. An expanse of green and sour gold. The air is thick with hovering spores. The scones are stale, even the tea has a hint of mildew. But the factor is good company. He shares odd stories about the ice and roses of Irem, the monstrosities of the Sea of Lilies, and a little restaurant in Vinderbite where he enjoyed the most extraordinary seafood. Vinderbite. I know. I'd never met a tomb colonist who could cook, but you must visit the place. Do you know it? He also has a load of Bolagus frond carted aboard your ship. He waves away your thanks. I have eaten so much of the stuff I fear that I might be transformed entirely into fungus. He leans confidentially towards you. It happens, you know, but one does have to eat rather a lot of it first. Nice. You've been told of an exceptionally fine restaurant in Vinderbite.
Cool.
Yeah. So gather supplies.
What is this? Hallucinogenic or mischievous?
60% chance of success. I don't know. Only 60%?
Are you down to 4 echoes for some reason?
Yeah. I spent it all on supplies, remember?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. They don't have anything interesting.
And gas is 20. Where's that 20 for 2?
It's 20 for 1. So you buy 1.
No, that's just how you go.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, with what you're carrying, you have to get where you're going.
Oh, shoot, you're right. Can't do that.
I guess take it a little slower, like speed 1, like in Surffield.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, it doesn't look to me.
No thanks.
Oh, grab.
As little fuel as I have, I think I'm going to have to risk it. It'll only be a problem if they actually decide to stop me.
Shaped house located somewhere. Storm the god in the roof. Stress flare.
I can sacrifice 2 supplies to get some more fuel, yeah. Okay. That'll do for a little bit.
Must be enough to get back to London.
In fact, not only will it be enough to get back to London, but I can stop here for a moment. And get a port report. A hump of dark rock, swathed in mist like 100 other undersea islands. But here's a grand house, windows aglow, lawns impossibly green and lush in the false starlight, raked gravel paths. You stand on the dock as the sea nudges the ship's sides. An unexpectedly warm breeze carries the faintest trace of lavender. Present yourself at the house. They will have heard your ship come in, why hide? Knock and enter. A maid with smoldering topaz eyes shows you into the parlor, where 3 young women wait. A visitor, the youngest cries. The next youngest chuckles. The oldest sighs. Do excuse the indecorum, she says. Visitors are rare. You are very welcome. I am Cynthia. The noisy one is Phoebe. The cheerful one is Lucy. You're in time for lunch. Will you join us? Oof.
Air trembles. Rhythm change passes. I'm guessing that's the autosave thingy.
It says you'll receive this from time to time as you travel to Z. Okay.
I guess take your pick.
Let's lunch with Phoebe. Phoebe has a story to tell, of 2 lovers parted by water, of a raven that carried messages, of a fragment of the moon. She beats time on the table as she speaks, as if to a song only she can hear. The effect is hypnotic. Your attention drifts out through the skylight of the dining room to the false stars glittering in the roof of the cavern. You drift like a puffball spore. The Untersee shimmers below. Islands lie like mineral specimens on black velvet. Ships bob like wood chips between the islands. Vast spined things pulse in the depths. There is a scent like the scent before a storm. The storm came, says Phoebe quietly. everything changed. Somewhere in there you finished the last course. The scowling maid reluctantly serves cheese and Bath Oliver biscuits. Now have one memory of distant shores. At the university and in the tomb colonies, they'll pay well for stories of far-off lands. You've gained 1 supplies. You've lost 5 hunger. You've lost 5 terror. Fragment remains unchanged at 225. An occurrence. Your The Gods of the Z Storm's attention quality is now... !
An ancient anger knows you.
Gasp. No, I do have recent news, apparently. You ask the sulphuride maid to carry a few hints of your news to the sisters. Oddly enough, she comes back with a message that their headaches are cured and you're invited to lunch. Distant bells. And I can go with it, have lunch with them again. Let us lunch with Lucy. Lucy leans over and whispers to you confidentially, a complex story about a butler, a pig, and an inheritance. You don't follow all the details of the plot, but somehow the pig ends up in an attic and the butler in a vicar's bed. Candles flicker, dishes enter and leave, and the wind butts gently at the window panes. By the time the plum pudding arrives, you're as cheerful as you've been in months. You lost 10 terror, down to 1. Nice. Gained 1 supplies. Still have 1 memory of distant shores, and have Stone's attention. Not receiving visitors? What does this give? The maid makes it clear through a series of unwelcoming growls that Phoebe, Lucy, and Cynthia are all 3 indisposed. No lunch today, apparently.
They're not what they seem.
No. All right.
Sound like avatars or oracles of ancient terrors. That's fun.
Yeah.
Did you ever pass with Cthulhu's Handmaiden? Tick, tick, tick.
Things are not quite so desperate yet. Thank you, though. Ahoy, Captain.
Really?
No, that's fine. I can make it to port, or I can make it to the docks. I mean, that's better than dying, I suppose, but... Alright. Alarming Scholar. 10 echoes. As the alarming scholar listens, tears well in the depths of those shining, or is it blazing, eyes. They overflow, splashing onto the desk blotter. Stop! She sobs at last. This is too beautiful. Allow me to bring the macaw of memories I wish each individual tone recalled.
You got all 10 echoes for that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, maybe the Admiralty has what you need.
I trust the sisters are keeping well. They are citizens of her enduring majesty, notionally. 5 echoes, 1 more favor, and 1 more fuel. $20 echoes, another favor, and 1 more fuel. Strategic information. What's that? Indeed, indeed, I'll send you up directly to speak to the Admiral himself. You're ushered into his office off Mansion's Pyre, a cramped room with a vast desk. He surveys you across that desk. Ah, yes, the merchant captain of whom we hear such complicated things. The Admiral will purchase intelligence from you. Assistance with subsistence. Ask if the Admiralty can provide a little fuel to cover your costs. This will take you to the dry dock, where 1 point of favor will get you 2 to 3 fuel. Okay. The Admiral sits up, although he steeples his fingers and pretends calm. 150 echo. And another favor. He's hard to read with those glasses, but he reads the summary intently. Satisfactory, he says at last. Eminently satisfactory, actually. Good work. Take this for your trouble. The clerk will see you paid. And what is the day-to-day like on those farther shores? So I can take another commission.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh yeah, ask. This port. Speak to our agent there and return. We'll see that you're rewarded.
Ah, Polythurian, you've been there.
Yeah, actually, it's a place I need to go. I haven't been there yet.
Oh, I thought I saw it on your map.
You've
been by there.
I don't believe so. I know that one of... I mean, if I have, I was going there anyway for a different quest, and I just forgot about it.
And most importantly, you're looking to dispose of some
Yes.
some items at a local mountain.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Visit a port, and we'll be interested in the port report. Visit places of particular interest, and we'll be interested in the strategic information you gain thereby. We will pay you well, don't worry. We understand you can't be expected to act entirely for the love of the Empire. His lip curls. What's left of it.
Turn in red honey? Wait, so you can smuggle the scary sounding stuff for the Admiralty?
Apparently.
Everybody's corrupt in the Echo Bazaar.
Uh-huh.
Just ask that goat.
Ouch.
Yeah, you'd use the assistance with subsistence thing to get, I think, a better success on that.
Say what?
I think the assistance with subsistence option gets you a better roll on that or something.
Oh, okay, got it. Okay. So,
What's your favor?
5, I think?
Yeah, I think it's still 5, so I don't remember actually spending any. Yes, do make sure you save some for repairs. You're down to 15 HP.
Mm-hmm. No, it just moves me down here.
Oh. You need better hearts, I guess.
Yeah. Who,
Got any secrets? I think Eric can help you with it.
speak to... Yes. Ooh.
What's looking out of that?
Unlocked when learning about the Clatery is seeking knowledge with the Clatery heart in Adam's way, gaining knowledge of the Clatery heart in Adam's way, learning how to retrieve the Clatery heart, seeking the Clatery heart in Khan's shadow, informed of the Clatery heir's possible relationship to Mr. Iron, still seeking the Clatery heart in Khan's shadow, looking for the Clatery heart in Frostfound, gathering details on the history of the Clatery
So you
heir.
can do that at the end of a long quest
Seems it.
storm.
Or perhaps that just means when it is one of those things.
Oh, you don't have a secret in?
I do. I have two. But I also need to be in one of those in order for her to teach me.
Uh-huh.
Well, let's do this. Invite her to dine. The cooked flesh arrives still in its shell. From the claws, 8 legs, body, and head, she renders a dozen neat, bite-sized piles of shredded flesh, sutured with mushroom or pinned together with a needle of chitin. Perhaps she has missed a calling as a chef. She denies it. My mother was the child of a surgeon in the first city. You might say that knife work runs in the family. There is a wicked, quirking smile at the corner of her mouth. Then there are rumors about my father. She would deny there's any truth in those.
Strange catch?
Yeah.
Huh. They can increase hearts.
Yep. It's a straight trade, one of your best discoveries for one of hers. It's not hard to drive the bargain. She sits back after dinner and tells you this. Most people think that the hard part of surgery is finding what's wrong and taking it out, but any fool could do that. A ship's cook with a cleaver can have that part of the job. The hard part is cutting so you can sew it all back up again afterwards. And she demonstrates on a shark fin, leaving it in a better condition than it started.
Impressive.
Perhaps it was in particularly poor condition. And let's do that again, more hearts. Same story. Yeah.
34.
Well, that's how it do. Well,
You can also buy gas.
better odds, anyway.
Yeah, gas are better now.
Let's see how it plays out. There we go. Failed. But I still... Oh, okay. Gained 2 fuel instead of 3.
Oh, that's all failure is?
Apparently. The good, free fuel. The bad, a half-hour argument with the quartermaster, who insists that your chitties have not been stamped by the Office of Incongruous Requests. Eventually, she grudgingly permits you to load your fuel card.
Okay, cool.
I am totally going to do more of that. Oh, you need to have at least 4 to do that, though.
That's probably in there so you don't spend it all on fuel when you need repairs.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's 100.
Call in some favors for 25. Costs 3 supplies, though. Yeah. I think I'll go with 25 gold and some favors.
Gold?
Echoes, excuse me. They look like gold coins. I mean, come on. Yay.
Woohoo! Your ship is in one piece again.
Yay.
Set sail for it. 165 echoes.
Alright, shops. Shops, okay. I could buy a lot more fuel and supplies just to keep me going for quite a while longer, just in
We are
case.
saving up for a pile of wine.
Yeah, but
We first need to get rid of souls.
yeah, I just mean I can buy a whole lot right now and not need to come back for a while. Like I can stock up on port reports and stuff and explore a lot before needing to come back, is what I'm getting at. And that wine was 50 apiece, too, wasn't it?
Can't remember.
Oh no, it's 21 apiece. And I need 9 more. I don't have enough, but I'm close. But yes, let's buy fuel. In fact, yeah,
By 20?
I can buy 16.
Oh, duh, it's in a pop and a doof.
Mm-hmm.
Less than that then.
Yeah, so I'll buy 10, which will last me a good long while. And I'll spend the rest on supplies, and then wander around a bit to make money. Or, get stuff that will make money and things. So. And supplies. May as well supplies. Because that money won't go as far anywhere else. Double check my hold real quick. Just have wine, brilliant souls, where I need to take it to Mount whatever it's called.
And a bunch of wacky curiosities.
Mm-hmm.
Like tales of a really nice restaurant
Yeah.
that you don't have the capital to go visit right now. But you will when you bring that wine.
That's true.
Oh, what's that dark figure? Oh, the black lady, right?
Gain enough fragments and they'll combine into a secret.
And there's something you could do that could, like, decrease the number of fragments needed per secret. I remember it. Something said about it.
Yeah.
Oh, did you remember to pick up recent news?
Yes.
Thanks.
Okay, so first let's go to Hunter's Keep, then up to Vinderbite, across to Demo Island, but taking a long way there. Let's deliver the news here. And lunch with Cynthia, who we haven't yet. Cynthia grasps your arm and whispers to you. Her eyes are wide and blue. Her hair is wild and tangled. Bats might nest in it. It seems to you that you are sitting on a hillside above a wide blue lake, listening to a story of a murder, an axe, a net, blood on scented water. Another chop? Cynthia asks. You've barely touched your food. Here, I'll have the maid wrap something up for you. You can't be hungry. It's not safe to be hungry. I have one tale of terror. Gained 1 supplies. Lost 5 hunger. Good. Iron remains unchanged at 25. Gods of the Sea, salt.
It's watching you, if it even exists.
Mm-hmm. Very good.
Well, we've all heard tales about the salinity.
Mm-hmm.
Like in this second voyage, second major voyage, the game goes from desperate to interesting. Bats. Oh. You don't got that one.
No. I can check out the restaurant. At the twisty tip of an odd little side street, welcoming yellow light glows from the gilt-lettered windows of a restaurant. A sign reads, Vengeance of Jonah. A beefy tomb colonist bustles up. A gray mustache pokes impertinently out from under his bandages. Come in, come in. Lost 1 terror. Found the Vengeance of Jonah. A bandaged poissonniere, at
Sixth passage, synthetic to German
cuisine. Synthetic to... Okay.
Cramped little place, but much better lit than most places in gym colonies. The scented dishes are multitudinous and extraordinary. Are they good? They might be. They might be good. It's difficult to tell. Oh, recruit him as a cook.
Yep. Oh, that's expensive,
Oh,
though.
you need a lot of money for that.
Yeah. And for that.
Offer a strange catch. Huh. How do you get a strange catch?
I don't know.
I'll bet having a cook raises the hunger meter cap, so you have to feed less often.
That could be. Alright, so explore to get, or wait. No, wait. This is what I do to get the port report. And here, let's see. Familiar corkscrewed street. Here you are at the vengeance of Jonah again. Your feet or your nose has brought you back. The welcoming yellow glow is like the windows of your home, of your own home. The terrors of the Z recede a little. Oh, that's it? Okay. Well, that's something.
Well, you have almost no fear now.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so let's head over
You've
this
got a
way.
northerly loop to the moon.
Mm-hmm. Whoa.
Who'd you hit?
Those bats. The bats are attacking me, and I can't... I'm heading in towards the light. Hopefully that will, give me the opportunity to actually target them. Jeez. Why?
Sometimes this is a bug because you docked when you're trying to see a fight. It's very annoying. Come on!
There we go.
There they are. Strike them down. Very little jerks.
How very annoying.
Finish them. Holy heck. That was uncool.
Yeah. Well, it's too soon to return, though.
A sluggish wave. Okay, stupid bat sound effect.
Here we go.
These are the bad little jerks. Here's terror surprisingly easy to get rid of.
Mm-hmm.
At least in small amounts. Ooh, distant bells. What's that stupid crap?
Bonnie Reefs.
Right back, reefs, everybody.
There we go. Actually, let's go around this side of the island. Perhaps,
That port.
gather supplies. Yeah, I could use some more supplies. Go. You were fortunate. 1 supply, 2 terror.
Scary fungus.
Okay. Let's have tea with him again. Lost 2 terror, 4 fragments.
And other supplies. 6.
Good.
Thanks, Sponge Factor.
The ship must be in good shape to sustain the impact of the Cannoneer's experiments. I don't want to risk that right now.
Hover over the other 2 things.
Unlocked with iron, no more than 100. Unlocked with 1 secret.
Okay. Is that actually a risk?
I don't know.
I don't know either. Sheesh.
Well, in that case, let's get more hearts.
To the east or the northeast or something like that.
Mm-hmm. Oop. Needed a pirate. Ow.
What was that?
I don't know. Flare of some
They're
sort.
using flares. Oh boy.
Oh, this is bad.
Get out.
And I'm dead. Your ship founders. There are screams, a flood of dark water, the unforgettable sound of a ship's spine breaking. Perhaps you'll be remembered in song.
Oh, why can't you provide for your air there? Well,
I don't have an ironclad will.
ah.
Your first captain has died. Don't worry, these things happen. Explore boldly with your next captain. Achievement unlocked. Sink beneath the waves.
That's gotta be easy to get.
Mm-hmm.
And it's those stupid bats' fault.
Yep.
Well, then the enemy ship was operating in a slightly advanced way, using flares to get more freaking targets. Yeah. Routine stuff. Bills, money, shipmates, parts and officer, wages and their charts.
I feel like shipmate is the one I'm going to want to go with.
What was the best stat? I don't remember.
I don't remember either. I think it might have been either mirrors or veils, unfortunately. Or no, it was pages. Pages was the best stat. Maybe I should go with correspondent then. Oh, no, wait, that only gives me that much.
There's an officer
That gives me
comatose
nothing.
parrot.
It gives me nothing. Okay, so yeah, pages gives me one extra thing, and that's it.
And the chart.
Yes. Okay. That'll work.
Woo, that was fun until it sucked.
Mm-hmm.
Onward. I guess that was a situation where you should have.
Well, I was going about as fast as I could.
Hey,
so-
where? You can press F to go faster.
Oh yeah, good point. But it might explode.
Did it matter? Would it matter?
Good point.
An uncertain risk of destruction in the face of certain destruction is a chance of survival now, isn't it?
Yeah. Let's go with the priest this time.
Need some salt.
Whoa.
You know an engineer.
Gall-eyed engineer. Her eyes will hatch soon, but until then she wants to work.
Yeah.
Creepy.
I'm unsettled. Talk to her and find out she'd like to die anywhere in particular.
Yeah, I can't talk to her yet.
What does gall like? I don't even want to know, where do we?
It means that she has galls in her for eyes, basically. Her eyes are galls.
What's... I don't want to know what gall is. Let me get some salt.
Okay. So we had Kaufner last time. This time... who else can we combine? Puzzling. An actor plus a philosopher. Why am I having difficulty thinking of actor names?
Salt.
What's his name?
Shoot. Okay, plus. Tennyson. Tim Tennyson.
Wait, what? Why are you looking for poets?
Oh wait, you're priest, not poet. Right,
Yeah.
Right. Father Ted characters. Right.
What? No. Last time it was... You weren't naming poets last time, you were naming philosophers.
Oh.
So I'm looking for another...
Oops.
I'm looking for another mashup of actor and philosopher.
I was going for poets.
You
Did I
named...
say Frost? Because when I said Phil Frost or something.
You're right, you did start with Frost, but then you went to poet, then you went to philosophers.
I was trying to think of dang it. Cambrita says, hatch into what?
Whatever laid those galls there. Crap, who was that Dutch philosopher with a really long name?
Kierkegaard?
Yes, thank you. I'm no longer sure how I can combine that with anything, though.
Where did Gossard, dang it? Combine... for a priest, that's weird. Combine Errol Flynn with the philosopher, it starts with an F.
Well, except it was like a portmanteau of the last names that we did before. So that's what I'm trying to think of this time. Those are the lines I'm trying to think along.
Hey, Jay, you got anything? I mean, I'd go with Father Ted characters if we knew any. Since I took out a priest here.
Actually, you know what? Characters from some Trask.
Who?
From Dark Shadows. Seems appropriate. The Bishop of St. Faker. This cadaverous and sinister prelate interviewed you in person just before you were cast out of the priesthood. He seemed surprisingly sympathetic. After what happened with your father, he said, I suppose I shouldn't be surprised. What did he mean? The bishop's face is stern and shadowed. I do not condone what you have done, he says, but many of us have, what shall I say, eccentric appetites. Yes, I will assist you, but you must help me satisfy one of my own cravings. Dark drop coffee is difficult to find in London. Bring me, let us say, 2 sacks of beans. Bring me this, and I shall share with you what I know. You can find Dark drop coffee in Port Carnelian and Adams Way along the coast to the south, and sometimes other places. Return with 2 sacks to learn more from the bishop. Sell this book. Continue.
The Labyrinth of Tigers. What the heck?
It's one of the places. Is open under the patronage of the London Zoological Society to cautious visitors for educational purposes. Here you may see the devil apes of Far Mandalay, the thing in the mirror, the Cantagaster's children, the gargantuan cave snake, the inhabitor of wolves, the hybrid fiend. Nota bene, the management recommends that you arrange your exit well before closing time. Provide a rare creature of the labyrinth. Sell a harlot fry for 500 echoes. Young siren serpents, harlot fry. That's fun. History is a horse who will prick it with their spurs, he cries to no one in particular. A drop of blood may be as precious as a ruby. Sure.
I don't know where the command canal is, but I know where the pumping station is.
He puffs out his chest. Ruby studs gleam in the lamplight. I knew London had enterprising souls still left in it. I am seeking truths, sir, which, I am told, I may find in the Iron and Misery Funging Station and the Cumaean Canal. Ideally, I'd learn both, but I could settle for one. For at Port Cecil there will be a contest, and we will change the world with a game of chess. A king will fall.
That happens in chess.
The Echo Bazaar, that enigmatic marketplace, has increased its tax on love stories. Oh wait, that's the same as previously. Gallbladder wasps, that's probably what's going to hatch out of her eyes.
Ugh.
But anyway, it is after 11. So yes, thank you for watching, everybody. We'll be back on Saturday at 3 p.m. Eastern for an early grave, where we will be beginning Oxenfree. And then... how do I quit?
Oh, there was an entertainment thing around here somewhere. Like, hey, yep, story? No. Close it either?
Well, that causes time to start going again, though. Which I can do that. Aha, main menu. Exit to desktop. Alright. So yes, Oxenfree at 3 p.m. on an early grave. And then Throne of Graves proper, we should begin... what was it? Uncanny Valley. And that'll be at 9 Eastern this Saturday. So, yes, thank you for watching. And I hope to see you next time. Good night.
Good night.